Hello everybody and welcome to ABB FIA Formula E here in London, and we are all set to go, and alongside is Megan in the commentary box as well, so we're going to switch over. We're all set though to go for the first session of the weekend. It's going to be a very interesting one, and we're going to pass over to Megan now.
Attention all teams, this is race control. Then
Well, that's really annoying because Megan hasn't got the audio capture thing on the other device, so that means that she can't hear. Sorry about that, everyone. Right, there we go. So we're on the full course yellow test now. Megan, that one, yeah.
full course yellow ending. Full course yellow ending. 3, 2, 1. Green flag, green flag.
So I'll hand you over to Megan as we head back to green flag.
Right. This will be interesting. Joshua, do you have any idea when you can come back?
Around about end of Q3.
Okay. Well, FP1 is about 27 minutes remaining, so let's hope that I do well with this. This feels odd, especially since I have no other person to help me with this as a co-com, since I'm alone in the room. It's not very nice. We're back to green flags now. Hughes is leading with a 1:37.866. Rast is second with a 1:39.456. Then it's Mortara, Bird, Evans, Gunter. Oh, and it's just changed up. Alright. Everything seems to be, I'm not going to say the Q word since we know we don't like that word, though it's very calm at the moment. I know it's not a great word to use in motorsport still, though it's better than the Q word. And for those who don't know what the Q word is, people who do know type that in the chat because I'm not risking saying it right now. Going very slowly round this corner. Hold on, let me just try and figure out. I think that's round the final corner that they were going very slowly round. Either that or turn 12, because that is a very tight corner. It reminds me of a bus stop in Spa. So, and Hughes no longer leads because Rast has just done a 1:13.295, and Evans is looking to go fastest as well. What's he gonna get? He goes fastest with a 1:13.11. No, a 1:13.112. But Wemmy immediately beats that though. They like beating each other's scores, don't they? With a 1:12. That's the first 1:12 of the day. A 1:12.951. I suppose that's good. I think I can finally do a full run through because hold on, I'm just gonna find the racing line, then I'm gonna see if I can do a full run through. Okay, I can't do one just yet. I've gotta wait until Bird passes, and then I'm gonna have to like really quickly run through because right behind Bird there is coincidentally the number 9. So the number 9, I cannot see it on here. There's a replay of Gunter going off. This must have been what that full course caution was when we started on air going off. What corner is that? It's down one of the escape roads, it looks like. I generally don't know where that is. Hold on. least he didn't go dangerous onto the track. We had enough of that in Formula 1 today. Right, I'm going to try and do a full run through. Right, so first is Evans, second is Cassidy, Buemi third, Verline fourth, Seti Camera fifth, Mortara sixth, Bird seventh, Van Dorn eighth, Vern ninth, NATO is 10th, 11th is Muller, 12th is Fenestraz, and now it's just changed again. This is frustrating, because they're all at different points of the track. And when you start to get to near the end, it immediately changes up the order. That's just frustrating. Though it looks like the Envisions are doing quite well for themselves this weekend here in London, which is good. That is good. They've been doing quite well recently, though given that last time out in Rome in the first race, I think Buemi was definitely out. He crashed out. I'm not sure whether... I don't think Cassidy did. Cassidy didn't crash out all weekend. I'm not sure. I think, at least. At least not in the races he didn't. Okay, I'm going to retry. Oh, look at who's at the bottom. Lotterer. He's not the bridesmaid at the minute. He's the person who doesn't even get noticed about who to invite to the wedding. Right. Then again, with my catchphrase right. First is Evans, second Cassidy, Buemi third, Verline fourth, Ticton fifth, Seti Camera sixth, Mortara seventh, Bird eighth, ninth is Frines, 10th Van Dorn, Vern 11th, DaCosta 12th, Dennis 13th, NATO is 14th, Muller 15th, Fenestraz 16th, Gunther is 17th. And I was so close. And then they had to change it about... Oh, I think I get a thing now. Evans first, Cassidy second, third Buemi, Verline fourth, Ticton fifth, Seti Camera sixth, Mortara seventh, eighth is Bird. I'm not going to make this because, yep, 37. The 37 has to ruin it. Team radio for Cassidy.
Let's go race. Next lap, go race.
Apparently they want to go race that lap, though. Okay. I am going to pass over to the other commentators now for a bit. Get some on-track noise as well.
Cars in qualifying and when they do the duels will run at maximum speed, maximum pace. They don't care about how much energy they're using over those one laps. But when they get to the race, they basically start the race without enough energy that they would need to finish it. It's about 80%, I think, so they've got to recover 20%. So the teams and the drivers would have done a whole lot of work on the simulator and through mathematical simulations and tried to figure out this is where the best places are for you to coast, and this is the best maps. You see the switch in the steering wheel. They can use different settings to recover the energy. But you have to actually test that in practice. There's so many variables in that. You know, the track surface, we're using temporary surfaces here. It's the first time we've come here with a hand-cooked tyre, so we don't know how that tyre is going to work on the surface. So there are a lot of unknowns, and therefore they've got to. The first thing they have to do in this first practice session is try and correlate what's happening in the real world to everything they've learned. And if they've got that correlation right, that then makes the rest of their weekend easier. If they're way off, then a lot of head scratching needs to happen.
Absolutely, and in comparison with driving team to team, just the smallest margin in efficiency, we're talking a percent or even a decimal of a percent, has such a huge impact to the point where if that beep that they get in their ear telling them to start coasting happens just 10 metres later than another team, it's a huge advantage going into a corner and potentially overtaking the position. To defend and overtake other cars can be very, very difficult. And very often we see these drivers find themselves in a bad situation towards the end of the race where they energy to make it to the finish line. That's exactly what you want to stay away from. So picking your battles and managing your race from the very beginning is extremely important. And one of those drivers who does that very, very well
experienced drivers.
Absolutely. I mean, in terms of people that have run races in Formula E, there are very few that have done more than him. In fact, I'm not sure there are is anyone that's done more than him in Formula E anymore. I think he's the most experienced driver on the grid. And just to kind of round off this discussion about energy efficiency and posting all that, is this FIA deduction that we mentioned earlier. To explain a bit further, that's where that comes in, isn't it? That deduction, if we're already starting a race with less energy than you need to finish it, and then the FIA deduct even more, it changes the strategy.
Yeah, certainly. Here's a replay of Mitch Evans. Now this is going into that compression that I spoke about earlier, turn 6. It's a pretty cool angle.
Yeah. I think, Saunders, to your point about the energy reduction, it's all relative. You know, this is a track layout where you haven't got long straights, you've got a lot of time spent off the pedal, effectively. So therefore, the amount of energy you're actually using is much less anyway. So therefore, you know, that reduction, I think, will have less of an impact here.
Yeah.
And that's why they've done it, right? They don't want to make it easy. They want to make it a challenge. They want to make it, and that's what a World Championship should be about. It shouldn't be easy. It should be, you know, this is the pinnacle of electric racing on the planet, and therefore the best leaders, the best drivers in electric racing should be able to rise to that challenge. And they tinker that usable energy number depending on the track layout. They change that. So you should point out it's not just been changed this weekend. It's something that's been changed on multiple occasions throughout this year.
Although the only thing to notice with that is that the amount that they've deducted is so much more this weekend than it has previously. We're talking 1, 2, 3 kilowatts in the previous. It's almost 9 for this weekend.
But that kind of underlines the difference in the track layout.
Absolutely, yeah. I'm really interested to see what impact that does have, if any, based on qualifying position. It's going to be so interesting, and also because either style of racing plays into either Jake Dennis or Cassidy's hands. That's sort of perfect for the championship. Here's the Abt Cupras out on track. Solid improvement, I say, for the Mahindra-powered Abt Cupras in the season. They started off really struggling. At Berlin, they had that freak, amazing qualifying result in the rain, and there was a handful of points since then for the guys.
Yeah, I think it's been back-to-back points finishes for.
I'm just
Zamora,
gonna
who
do a little
at the
rundown of
beginning
the top
season,
5, since that's all I'm gonna
both him and his
seem
team
to get at the moment. Just gonna do a run down to the top 5, or hopefully the top 10, we'll see. Right, so currently first is Bawomi with a 1:11.765. Second is Evans, NATO third, Muller fourth, Van Dorn fifth, Cassidy sixth, Zeta Camera seventh, eighth is Byrne, ninth is Fenestras, and 10th is Gunther. And it's immediately as I'm done. Yeah, you order changes. I did it though. At least the top 10, I did it. Though, oh, he's just gone up. Muller's in the pit lane now, so is Bird. Here's a replay. What's that replay of? Oh, it's of someone rear-ending someone. It's the 17 of NATO. I believe, yeah, NATO. He was either one who bumped someone or one who got bumped. I think he was the one who bumped someone, which means he bumped Evans. Evans is a number 9. I've been looking for the number 9 on here for about 10 minutes. Yeah, I would say 10 minutes. Around about 10 minutes. I saw him, I just couldn't find where he was on the grid. Vines has also decided to pit. I'm going to hand you back over for now. Dennis Team Radio just sent, trying to push.
You use the same power train, of course. You've got the headlines being made by Jake Hughes, but René Rast is the only one with the podium.
I don't know how much
and those
to put
guys are in
up.
their own little battle, actually, in the team's championship, which is super interesting.
I want to point
Burn
out, though,
pits.
that those two
Cassidy
teams have a
overtakes
rookie.
Buemi, meaning it's an Envision 1-2 currently.
Racing, they don't have the experience to manage the battery and race other cars at the same time, so that may play into the results as well. As we go on board, here. We have a shot of Jake Dennis on a push lap. Two-time winner here in London. This track is so much about precision. You can see how close he is getting to the walls at very high speeds.
We're getting two angles of Jake Dennis at the moment, which is great. Seeing the onboard and the track cam. Let's see how he gets on as he comes into this third sector, into the new indoor section, or undercover section, up the ramp and into the final couple of corners here. Let's see what sort of time he can put in.
Going particularly quick. Okay, so he's going to set up another push lap. That could have been a preparation lap to get his brakes and tires under temperature and in the right window.
Very early, of course, to even begin to talk about this, but you're looking at the top two times at the moment. We've got, well, just been replaced by Mitch Evans, but Nick Cassidy and Sebastian Wemming in the top three. In terms of the team's championship, if they can do that in the race, then they're laughing, because they currently lead. That would be a huge thing for the customer Envision to beat the manufacturer of Jaguar.
That would be huge, and we spoke about it earlier. It's that cash and that extra bonuses that each team get based on their team championship position is crucial when it comes to development and hiring new people and getting the best parts for the following year.
We always talk about the drivers as we ride on board here. Jake Dennis is actually doing quite a good lap here. His quickest time in the first and second sector doesn't look like it might
Dennis
be
Radio.
Nowhere at the moment, boys. Balance is all over the shop.
That's not the kind of tone you
He's
want to
not.
hear from a
That was a
championship
lot of
leader
swearing
going into the
from
final race.
Dennis.
But
Oh, it's all over the shop, he said. Balance is
Yeah.
like
I mean,
interesting.
you can see how much he was missing the apex of some of those corners there. Just
looks like a lot of
struggling to
understeer.
Yeah, just struggling to get any front grip and front bite. But you know, look, this is tricky, isn't it? You know, this track has not been used now for a year, and it's been used for a whole load of other events in that time. So you do have to be mindful of just changing the car too much too early in the weekend, because then as the grip comes and the track cleans up a bit, you know, you could end up just getting a bit lost.
Exactly that. And so much of Formula E is about perfecting the systems of the car and the software, which is now part of the acceleration. It's all fly-by-wire. You're depending on both the front and rear axle, which now both have regenerative engines to slow down the car. And if that's not working properly, if that balance isn't perfect, then it's going to carry all the way into the apex.
On board there with Eduardo Mortara, who hasn't had the best of seasons in that Maserati MSG racing car. 15 in the standings, just for team leader Jake Dennis.
Have a massive disconnect with the balance through high speed. It's like nervous entry and pop off the brake, and then it just understeers like crazy.
I was about to ask you to expand that, but Jake Dennis did quite a good job doing that himself.
Yeah, we saw it in the onboard. You know, as soon as he turns into the apex, he has a lot of wheel, almost full lock, and he's missing the apex. He's wide of the middle of the corner, where he shouldn't be touching the curb. So that's just a telltale sign of under rotation. Either the rear is pushing the front axle and overpowering the front axle, or it's just not enough grip coming from those front tires. So it's a difficult one for his engineers to try to figure out. You know, is it the track that's not coming in yet, like Kareem said, or is it the driver who's asking too much of the car on entries? I know Jake Dennis is a guy who likes to attack those braking zones and brings a lot of speed into the apex. So it could be something that he needs to, you know, manage himself.
I mean, it's interesting to put this into a championship perspective. You know, we talked about in the pre-show about Dennis only needing 6 points ahead of Cassidy to wrap things up on Saturday. There are obviously conversations as well with Mitch Evans and Pascal Wehrlein, mostly Mitch Evans. Looking at the timings right now, it looks like the two closest competitors, Evans and Cassidy, are both up to pace much quicker than Dennis.
Yeah, this looks like a more
Top three now
put-together lap from him. He's,
is
going for a second
Evans,
try, now goes
then
just behind
Wehrlein, then
Cassidy.
Gunter,
Just a
overtaking
couple
the Envision
of
lot.
away. So a better lap from him, but we can expect the times to just continue tumbling down.
And Dennis is separating the Envision lot. First is Evans, second Wehrlein, third has gone for fourth is Cassidy, Dennis is fifth, Buemi sixth, September 7th, 8th and Blunt, Finish Drives is ninth, and 10 is Hughes. in the pit lane is
for the
Matara,
low grip
Degrassi
conditions
and
of
Merry.
practice one, they'll be super quick. And I think that's some of the thing about Lee's, you know, the target of where the paces keeps changing. You know, on that, it's the marshal waving. Might have been that apt car going off. Is it Muller?
Yeah, I mean, Kroon, as always, with the agency check there. I'm just trying to build a story, but I get it. It is too early for me.
Take a chance to build your stories. Like, honestly,
Easy, take a breath.
Love it, love it. Okay, let's see what Jean-Eric Vergne can do. He is 13th there for the DS Penske driver.
it's been a disappointing year for them,
Berline,
hasn't it,
Gunther,
really?
Sete
Yeah,
Camber,
considering they've got
Hughes, the
two
Costa,
former
Rast and
champions
Merry
there.
are all in the pit lane.
There are
Merry is
some highs,
still in
you
the
know,
pit
win in
lane
Hyderabad,
compared to
Jet,
the others.
quality
Wonder what he's doing. Maybe he was the one who had the little bit of a contact earlier. Maybe they're having to fix that. The rear ring.
Disappointing year. Hasn't won a race this season. Hasn't had a podium either, I don't think. So, it's been a disappointing year, I think, for them.
And then we're riding on, well, looking now at the Nissan. Coming in to finish the lap, where does that put them? Sasha Fenishar is currently just in the top 10, 10th position. It's about 6/10 off the fastest driver, Mitch Evans, currently. And then we're looking at Jake Dennis back in the garage again for a change of tyres. Maybe some change of setup potentially help that balance problem.
Yeah, I'd love to hear this conversation that's happening right now, but there is we call it an umbilical cord that plugs into the car, and the driver and team can have a private conversation, so nothing is on air that we can tap into. We might have a stream radio here from Jake.
Here's a replay.
Systems are complete for indoor section. So much intro oversteer into turns one.
That was
Through DMC and that. And
Dennis.
the car just doesn't turn at all as soon as you go outside.
Keeps hitting the curbs.
So it could be a case
Not
of
having a great day, is he,
entry
Dennis?
oversteer induced
Despite
understeer.
being
You know,
in
we're unable to
6th
slow down the
position,
car
though he is in the pit
properly,
lane currently getting
before entering
the
apex. So
slight damage by
whenever
his
the rear is
received
moving,
damage, which may
under
be
the brakes,
minor,
naturally
though
you're
can
gonna wanna
still
release
cause
the brake, right, to try and control
massive
the car, but then you're
setbacks.
carrying too much speed
Getting
into
that
the
currently
apex,
fixed.
which then causes under rotation. So Roger Griffiths looking anxiously.
But I think this is where someone like Roger Griffiths, with all his experience,
Yeah.
has just got to lend a bit of calm there. Because if you listen to Jake's comments, you would think they put the back and turn the car upside down. But it just needs that sort of calm voice to say, okay, we get the balance is not what you like, we get there are lots of things we need to fix, but you're less than 3/10 off the quickest time tomorrow. So clearly, nobody's got a great balance at the moment. The grip isn't there, the circuit, and it just needs. And as a driver, it's tough, right? You're in there in one of the biggest weekends of your career, and the car doesn't feel good underneath you. And actually, the way you need people around you to sort of guide you, like Roger, I think, is to say, look, you've got all these problems, you're only less than 3/10 away. We'll fix some of them, and then you'll be amazing. So let's chip away at it and just find the balance.
Chances are the other drivers are having the same issues.
Yeah, exactly.
Everything, the stress heightened though with the feeling around going into a potential championship on the weekend for Jake Dennis. I imagine everything it means a lot more of a pressure.
It's in Jake's best interest to go back to the team with a calm voice and really explain clearly what the car is doing instead of cussing them out on the radio. But of course, it's better said, easily said than done.
Scenario 9, please. Scenario 9. We are push 350 next lap.
So it looks like we're seeing McLaren driver Jake Hughes go out for a push lap now. Now, in terms of fastest drivers, we haven't seen a qualifying session yet, but we do know that Jake Hughes is the fastest man to drive indoors in a car now, with the land speed record broken just a few days ago by Jake Hughes. It was 218 here at the Excel Centre. And now, this man, Jake Hughes, the rookie British driver, is a Guinness World Record. Pretty cool.
Where do you do that? Is it on some
A slightly tweaked version of the Gen 3 car. So I think they've opened up the front powertrain, so they have full drive. slightly softer version of the Hankook iron tyres. So yeah, bit of a help on the way. But it was him versus Fugazi.
It's been a slog for him this season, hasn't it? I mean, Siemens really one hand on the championship trophy, and Andre's just not. It doesn't look like he's enjoyed it either. Every time you look at him, he just does not look like he's happy or enjoyed the season at all.
Yes, tough break there, tough ride, because at the start of the season, when Jake was on the podium from the start, and now has a record number of podiums in a season, and then to have his teammate not be able to extract the same performance from the car, yeah, it's a real shame. Now, just a couple, 3 minutes left, just under 3 minutes left of the session, and we are looking at a Jaguar-powered 1, 2, 3 in the timings, including that of Sebastian Buemi and Nick Cassidy in the Envision, currently top of the team standings, looking very good. Or Norman Nassau's just come and sport the party.
Yeah, track's continue to get better all the way to the end.
Yeah, conditions are looking great as well, as Megan's very kindly left the commentary box. Thanks for keeping an eye on everything, Megs, and you've been hearing from the World Feed. 2 minutes 25 to go. Let's give you up to speed then with what's happening then here in Formula E. Buemi fastest, a 1:11.130 from NATO, Evans, Cassidy, Verline, Gunther, 6th Tictum, Dennis, Van Dorn to Fenestraz in 10th, and Rast, Sete Camera, Bird, Mortara, Hughes, Da Costa's gone 13th actually across the board. And that's immediately been displaced as well as they come in. So again, more time being found out. Lotterer looking good. And they've changed the London E-Prix track ever so slightly as well. Attack mode down at turn 16, 17, it's different now. It lunges back on the inside. So there are a few things different at this track. We'll get all the graphics and that lot all fully sorted ahead of tomorrow's session as well. Which should all be good. It was just a bit of a rush to get all this one sorted today because we didn't have the driver tracker graphic until 2 minutes before we came on air. So we'll get everything all nice and tidy ahead of tomorrow's sessions as well when Megan takes over. Let us know, by the way, in the chat if you can still hear the car noise okay, you can still hear me okay, and Megan when she's in the box as well, because that'll be all good. This won't be like this for the race though. This is just like this for these sessions of practice and qualifying. Andre Lotterer, out of the last corner, he's 20th at the moment. Does he go improving across the board? Stays there, doesn't? Stays 20th. Frien's 21st, as this is, of course, an indoor-outdoor circuit, so it's the first in the world, actually, to be both, and it's beneficial here. But it's nice to see that London's changed. Its last corner pretty much the same to come inside the XL Centre. Not much can be done there, but turn 16 sort of changed, sort of a right-left to make it 17, 18. It has ever so slightly phased out, so the removal completely of the hairpin, which has seen so many dramas points over the past 2 seasons we've been here. This is our 3rd year in London, so it should be fun. And also the first time since a couple of years ago I've been able to commentate all the races. Sessions I'm going to miss, that's why Megan's sort of in the box as well, taking over, but so far not too bad. Frien's then, looking good. And his tutors down in the middle sector. 15 seconds left on the board. Buemi, NATO. NATO looking very quick actually in the second sector. Checkered flag is out. NATO's gone fastest. So NATO goes a 1:10.765. He goes fastest overall then as the flag officially comes out. The top 19 here separated by, well, top 15 now separated by a second. Da Costa in 15th. Is 0.999 off the board, so very good delta times. Gunther goes to 3rd. Frien still looking strong in the 2 sectors. As I've just opened up the YouTube chat on my screen, so I can keep an eye on things in case anybody's saying anything. Cole says, as the camera, yeah, apologies for the webcam. Hopefully it's not too bad, but tomorrow it will look better because we'll have. It's looking grainy because it's a green screen. It's not actually real, it's a green screen background behind me, and the light's not right, so tomorrow when we're in the studio, the light will look a lot better, and it'll be more easier to tell, because I forgot we don't actually have to set up it in here. We can set it up in the where all the big lights are. So everyone's taking the checker flag. Dennis has got 11th fastest as well at the moment. We've got a yellow flag down at turn 17. Can't see why, and now at turn 18. Now that could be Dennis who's going through that section of the track as well. Buemi goes second fastest, 6 thousandths off the pace. NATO though, 1:10.765, still fastest. Buemi, Fenestraz, Gunther, Evans, Sete Camera, Da Costa, Cassidy, Verline, Tictum, top 10. Dennis, Hughes, Degrassi, Van Dorn, Rast, Frines, Mortara, ahead of Bird, Vern, Muller in the pit lane, Lotter and Merry. That's the official running order then here of the practice.
That's P3 on 300, P3 on 300. Pace on 300 in the end, 11.26, so a 10.
So improvements coming there, I hear on the board, which isn't too bad. Yeah, we can't tell if in the earphones if the audio is okay or not. So because they're pretty old, these headsets, we need to get a better one set up. Ideally, we need another bus mixer to sort of link together everything. So that's something we'll look at in future. Actually, I've got a better idea of what it could be, and I know exactly what it needs to be. So it's not too bad on the overall systems. So the practice starts now, taking part on the grid with 3, 4, and 5 lights. And away we go. A lot of wheel spin being kicked up as well in the background, which is always nice to see in here. Everyone just taking it nice and calm as they sweep back in to the infield section. And now lining up on the grid, there comes Eduardo Mortara coming into it as well. So looks to be okay. Could be on and off rain tomorrow for F1 quali and sprint race, says George 1984. So that's on the YouTube comments. It could be. Just coming up on the left-hand side of my, well, the right-hand side of my monitor as we're looking. But yeah, I just realised we don't actually need to be anywhere else. We can just be in Combox B tomorrow, so that's deep, so it's easier. Green light, away we go. Don't have to set up this green screen anywhere else. That's a little bit more fun. As everybody else just takes over with the exit curbs. I think it's pretty much a common knowledge that this is going to be quite a strong fielded race, like it's going to be a bit too chaotic in places. As we see Buemi lining up on the start grid as well. Cassidy too. Cassidy going to take some starts first of all. It's lights out. Away goes Buemi. And now Cassidy will take up a line as well. And everything looking okay. This first practice session here for FIA Formula E's London E-Prix. Of course, tomorrow it's race 1, then race 2 later on. Megan takes you through qualifying and the race as well. So it's, well, Megan takes you through qualifying. I take you through practice 2. Megan takes you through qualifying. We're both back for the race together. And on Sunday, it's the same deal. She takes you through practice and qualifying. I take you through the race. And it's just backwards and forwards. Just go with it. It's going to be one of those weekends where we've just sort of all got to push out things together. Here's the results then. In total, from the first day of running, NATO is the fastest, Buemi second, Fenestraz is third, Gunther fourth, Evans fifth, Sete Camera sixth, Da Costa is seventh, Cassidy eighth, Verline ninth, and Tictum rounds out the top 10. Dennis is 11th. That then is followed by Hughes, Degrassi, Van Dorn, Rast, Frines, Mortara, Bird, Vern, Muller, Lotterer, and Roberto Merry in 22nd place. Well, my thanks to Megan for filling in, and my thanks to all of you for watching as well, and the World Feed team as well. We'll be back tomorrow for all the action from FIA Formula E as well, kicking off with the second practice session. The live streams will be up later on this evening, so please do join us for that. Thanks for your company. We'll see you later. Bye-bye.